Good morning, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I'm getting ready to do with you lesson 57 from A Course in Miracles, and I'm going to read it to you. That's what I'm going to do. I want you to just listen to it, and listen to it many times today, and I'll read it to you and embellish on it and amplify it so that it will make more sense, hopefully, and be more helpful to you. I am not the victim of the world I see. I am not the victim of the world I see. You are not the victim of the world you see. How can you be the victim of a world that can be completely undone if you so choose? Your chains are loosened. You can drop your chains off merely by desiring to drop your chains off. You can drop your chains off by just desiring to drop your chains off. The prison door is open. The prison door is open. You can leave simply by walking out. You can leave simply by walking out. Nothing holds you prisoner to this world of fear. Nothing holds you prisoner to this world of separation. Only your wish to stay keeps you a prisoner. Only your wish to stay keeps you a prisoner. You would give up your insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. You would give up your insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. I have invented the world I see. You have invented the world you see. You have invented the world you see. You made up the prison in which you see yourself. All you need to do is recognize that you made up the prison in which you seem to see yourself, and you are free. You have deluded yourself into believing you have deluded yourself into believing that it's possible to imprison a child of God. You were bitterly misunderstood, and you were bitterly mistaken in this belief that you can imprison yourself, which is a belief you no longer want. The child of God must be free forever. As a child of God, you must be free forever. That means you are still as your Creator created you, and it means that you are not what you made of yourself, that you are not whatever you think you've made yourself to be. You are actually where God would have you be, and not where you thought to hold yourself prisoner. There is another way of looking at the world. There is another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the purpose you ascribe to the world, just to make your fantasies be true, there must be another way of looking at the world. You see everything upside down. Your thoughts are the opposite of the truth. You see the world as a prison for God's Son. You see the world as a prison for yourself, a place where you have limitation. It must be then that the world is really a place where you can be set free. The world is really a place where you can be set free. The world is really a place where you can be set free. You would look upon the world as it is and see the world as a place where you, the child of God, find your freedom. See the world as a place where you find your freedom. See the world as a place where you find your freedom. I could see peace instead of this. You could see peace instead of this. When you see the world as a place of freedom, when you see the world as a place of freedom, you realize that the world reflects the laws of God instead of the rules you made up for the world to obey. You will understand that peace, not war, abides in the world when you see the world as a place of freedom. And you will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with you. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. It's the same as saying your mind is part of love's. You are very innocent. As you share the peace of the world with your brothers and sisters, you begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within yourself. This peace that you share with everybody else, you're going to come to realize that the peace you share with everybody else comes from deep within yourself. The world you look upon has taken on the light of your forgiveness, and thus shines forgiveness back at you. It is this light you begin to see. In this light, in this truth, you begin to see what your false ideas about yourself keep hidden. In the light of the truth, you begin to see what your illusions or false ideas about yourself kept hidden. You begin to understand the holiness, which is the innocence of all living things, including yourself, and their oneness with you. The 5 thoughts are, I am not the victim of the world I see. You are not the victim of the world you see. The next one is, I have invented the world I see. I have invented the world I see. You have invented the world you see. You have invented the world you see. You have invented the world you see. There is another way of looking at the world. There is another way of looking at the world. There is another way. There is another way. There is another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. You could see peace instead of this. When you give it a rhythm and you make it fun and you impact your consciousness by being joyful with it and focusing on it in a playful way, it sticks in your mind more. I could see peace instead of this. You could see peace instead of this. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Your mind is part of God's. You are very innocent. Your mind is part of God's. You are very innocent. Well, those are the thoughts for today. And listen to this over and over again. You just have to push replay when it comes up on your computer screen right there. And you can listen to it over and over again. And refer this to other people. Forward it to them. You know, there's some other people that may need a little truth every morning that you know. And check me out at earlpurdy.com. Mighty companion, let peace extend. Let peace extend from my mind to yours.